So I'm Frances Brown from the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace. So U.S. policy in Syria essentially has three main drivers and three main objectives. The first is the enduring defeat of ISIS. So obviously the physical caliphate has been stamped out, at least currently militarily, but the key here is the enduring defeat, that it doesn't come back as we've seen it do in other countries. The second is a political process in line with UN Security Council Resolution 2254, so some kind of free and fair elections, transition. This is also associated with the Geneva process. The third objective of U.S. policy, as stated by Ambassador Jeffrey, is pushing back on Iranian influence, or he sometimes says stamping out all Iranian influence in Syria. I think we've seen thus far that the military backbone, which is quite small, has been an essential enabler of the political commitment and the political progress. I think the United States is also looking at ways to bring in more allies into that security equation so that the burden is less on the United States. But I do think personally that it's an essential part of that political process. So in general terms, I think ISIS feeds off sense of grievances, political exclusion, abusiveness. Within the Syrian context, it often can be very specific and locally entrenched, so I don't want to speak too specifically, but in general, ISIS thrives in areas where there is a sense of exclusion and political grievance. Yes, that's in the long term the only way that ISIS or other comparable groups can be combated is by addressing political grievances, sense of injustice, which is obviously a very heavy lift.